Only 15 minutes into the Netflix Avatar, The Last Airbender live action TV show, and I do plan on watching the rest of it, and maybe it'll blow my mind. But I just had to stop it because, for one, my roommate came home and she hasn't seen all of the original show yet. So I wanted to at least watch up until the point to where Zuko and Iroh came in, because I want to see how the Netflix live action show does those two characters, because they're two of my favorite characters of the entire original show. But it got to a certain point to where I honestly just had to turn it off. Now I know it's a live action show, and I know they only have 10 episodes, where the original show had 20 episodes, I think, in the first season, which is, I think that this season of the Netflix show is only just going to be about the first season. I mean, I don't know. I know Azula supposedly is supposed to be in this season when she was only in the very, very last scene of the first season of the original show. So I know they're probably going to change up a lot of stuff. But with 10 episodes compared to 20 in the original episodes, you do have to cut out some stuff. You do have to shorten some things and rearrange some things. But what I didn't expect is for the 12th episode from the original show to be in the first 10 minutes of this show. Now, I know to some that might not sound like such an egregious thing to do, but for one, this very forced foreshadowing line is very cringy, in my opinion.
You may be more advanced than the others, but there's much you have to learn. And believe it or not, there may come a day when you wish you'd spent more time with your teachers.
But let me explain to why I really don't like this whole section being so early on in the show. In the original show, the show starts with Katara and Sokka finding Aang in the ice. And the first several episodes are pretty much in Aang's perspective. He's been in the ice for 100 years. He doesn't know anything that's been going on in the land. And through these first 11 episodes, you see him learning from Katara and through other people that the Fire Nation started a war on all the land, on all the other benders. And he learns that he needs to master all 4 elements to stop the Fire Nation. And then he learns that he needs to do it by the end of summer before Sozin's Comet arrives and allows the firebenders to become super powerful. And all between him learning all that, it's shown to you that he is a kid and he wants to be a kid. He goes on these side adventures because he wants to just have fun and be a kid. It's shown to you. Show, don't tell. And then it's not until the 12th episode that you finally get Aang's backstory and you see why he ran away in the first place all those years ago, 100 years ago. And it's because he wanted to just be a kid. He didn't want all the responsibilities of being the Avatar just yet. He wanted to continue being a kid. And the reason why it's so impactful for them telling it in this way is because when it's finally revealed to us why he ran away, we have seen through these past 11 episodes him wanting to just be a kid. So then when it's finally revealed that the reason why he ran away in the first place 100 years ago is because he just wanted to be a kid, we understand that because we've seen him in the present now. It's so much more impactful in that moment because we know who he is now. We're not told who he is. We've been shown it. So when we have lines like this in like the first 10 minutes of the show, in like the second or third scene that we see Aang.
That's who I am. Not someone who can stop the Fire Nation. Not someone who can stop a war. The other kids always say I'm lucky because of the things I could do. But I trade places with any of them. I don't want to leave. I don't want the responsibility. I'm scared of my power. I'm scared of being alone.
That is not nearly as impactful as seeing him run away in the flashback after we know his character, we bonded with his character, we know who he is. We're not just told, oh, this is how I'm feeling. This is why I'm running away. I know I just met you, audience, but this is why I'm running away.
I was afraid and confused. I didn't know what to do.
Aang, I'm not going to let them take you away from me. Aang?
I never saw Gyatso again.
And for a show wanting to be more mature than the original cartoon that was made for kids, supposedly, I guess, to these creators or the Netflix or whoever wanted to make this live action adaptation more mature, they don't seem to understand the importance of show don't tell more than the kids show they were trying to be more mature than. Because also in these first 10 minutes of this show, we are force-fed Aang's entire character arc in just some of the most forced lines possible.
But there's much he still needs to learn about responsibility, expectations, sacrifice. Most of all, he needs to know who he is.
It's like, okay, let's go ahead and list off all the character traits he needs to learn, all the character arcs he needs to go through. Instead of just, showing him, displaying these traits that he needs to work on. No, this audience needs to be force-fed what the beginning of his character arc is. We need to write a line to say to the audience instead of just showing them.
Aang needs to have freedom and fun. He needs to grow up as a normal boy.
You cannot keep protecting him from his destiny.
Gyatso, I know you mean well, but you are letting your affection for the boy cloud your judgment.
All I want is what is best for him.
But what we need is what's best for the world.
Oh no, I'm just gonna calm down now because it's only the first 15 minutes of the show. I haven't watched the rest of the show yet. The rest of the show could blow me away. Who knows? I'm trying to keep high hopes here. But the first 15 minutes of the show have not really given me much hope. But here's to hoping.